But Luka Doncic has consistently disappeared in the fourth quarter. He has. So you can bring up your Jason Tatum numbers. That's fine. I will just push them to the side because you want to crap on Tatum. That's what you want to do. Star player who struggles in a fourth quarter shooting, it's all you do. So let's do it now to Luka, who was worse. Right? If Jason Tatum last night got ejected in the fourth quarter and had 8 points over 3 games in the fourth quarter, he would be ridiculed today. It would be the only thing that we would talk about. And I get it. Luka Doncic is getting crushed nationally, but it should be bigger than that. Jason Tatum went through this already. Jason Tatum's still trying to get over the hump, and I think he has. But Luka Doncic has been considered on another level. That's a fact. People have said he's the biggest trash talker, one of the most clutch guys in the game, one of the best players in the NBA. He's a great offensive player. He does not do the things that Jason Tatum does. I wouldn't even compare it. But yeah, the 2 lowest percentage scorers in the fourth quarter in the finals are Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic. But guess what? One's up 3-0. One can actually finish games and play defense, while the other can't finish game 1 because his team stinks and can't fouls out of game 3. But yet wants to blame the refs and then goes immediately to the bench to review it. He has disappeared. That's a fact. Also, historical fact, Luka Doncic in the NBA Finals in the biggest moment has not been any of the things that anybody has ever advertised about him. Know what we're finding out? If he, was healthy, in better shape, played defense, maybe we'd start to have the conversation about the best player of all time. But he does neither of those things. So it's hard for me to sit here and continue to pile on other people when he is the biggest star of the series. He is the biggest star of the series, or at least everybody has told me he is. Doncic had 27 points and fouled out of a game trying to take a charge with 4 minutes to go. That's inexcusable. That's a bad teammate.
It was lazy.
You don't do that. That's lazy. You're right. Oh, let me try to make an impact.
I mean, the guy's played Olay every, defensive possession all series. That's the one time.
But let's try to get a charging call. That's ridiculous.
But, Joe, they wouldn't let him play physical.
He's been an incredible late-game performer from what I've seen, as far as what he's done in the regular season.
He's done it against the Celtics in the past.
Yep.
Kevin Garnett, retirement night, he hit that huge shot.
Yep. But in the NBA Finals, on the biggest stage of them all, it's been a different story. He's scored a total of 8 points in the fourth quarter through the first 3 games. He's shooting 3 of 15 from the field. He's shooting 20%. So again, he's shooting 3 of 15 while Jason Tatum's shooting 3 of 17. He's got 8 points. Tatum has 12 points. So in case you want to keep bringing Jason Tatum into the conversation because he's not involved in it, it's Luka Doncic, the greatest of all time, the next Larry Bird. You've heard it. You know you've heard it. Does he look like that player to you in this series? No. Come on. He's made 0 3-pointers, and I'm not making a big deal about 3-pointers, but he misses 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, too. The guy gets worn down. He's out of shape, and that's fine. I don't care about his shape. But as an athlete, I agree. He should be in better shape. And I know he's dealing with a ton of injuries, and he has no third scorer and second scorer, doesn't show up consistently. He's supposed to do it all on his own, right? Isn't that what you said about Tatum? That's why I'm getting a little fired up about this one, because I don't think it's bulletin board material enough of how bad Luka Doncic has disappeared for his team in a big moment. And it did remind me of Jason Tatum in 2022. It did. It did remind me of Jaylen Brown in an Eastern Conference Finals a year ago. Luka Doncic might not get back here, Skez. I said this before it started. I think the teams that are in the West, he's going to have a harder time getting back to the finals where the Celtics will be perennial and the envy of the league. So the fact that he's going to make it to a final and potentially get swept and play this way, I don't know if he'll get back there is my point.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the West, OKC's building something. Wemby's time is coming. I mean, he showed us this year that he's basically already ready to go. The West is loaded. Minnesota's probably, going to make some moves in the offseason to try and keep their roster together. They looked good but ran out of gas. So, yeah, the West is certainly a beast, and the Celtics are young and have all their guys under contract. Luka doesn't know. Kyrie's 32. I'm sure he'll be great next year, but we all know Kyrie has been a ticking time bomb everywhere he's been, and age catches up to everybody eventually.
I'll leave it at this. Doncic has not received the same criticism Tatum has. Imagine if Tatum had 8 points through 3 games on the verge of being swept. Imagine that.
It would lead every national show.
Superstars should be judged on a different scale. I agree. Doncic is one loss away from having to live with that poor performance in the finals, something both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have dealt with since losing in the finals in 2022. They're one game away from getting over the hump, but again, it's hard to get back there. It's hard to get back there. Now, when you're Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they just needed to, get their coaching in place. There's another thing I thought about last night as we head in the break. What do you think Ime Udoka is thinking today? You hear that pause? He's pissed. He could have done this.
He's got no one to be pissed at but himself.
If I'm the Celtics, they stunted him. They stunted them. Missoula wasn't ready last year. He wasn't ready. Looks damn good though right now.
I don't know if the players are ready either though.
I don't either.